takes it off Indonesia, and then Japan can attack once more.
Even from their own possession, that's dangerous. Walsh comes away with the ball, sorry, Joriyama comes away with the ball. Tries to get the ball in front. A high-pitched cheer as Indonesia at last have some possession. But Suzuki is able just to hold things off from Egy Maulana. Nakamura. Iraq top of this group with 6 points, Japan and Indonesia 3 apiece. Indonesia a -1 goal difference.
I always say in these situations when you're coming up against a side with higher quality, you are playing at your maximum, at top gear, whereas for them, they can vary it. They can go through the gears as and when they need to.
There's Kubo. Sayori went with him that time. Egy Maulana again has to do work defensively. Only finds a blue shirt. Indonesia must feel there's 20 blue shirts out there. They may have made 8 changes, but they didn't take the other 8 off the pitch.
You just see them here again, just slowing it down, playing at their pace, and then when it comes into these areas, they'll try and move it along very quickly if they can. They've got that ability to change it up. It's a change of pace. It's a change of tempo that really does the damage. Surrounded by red shirts. 4 of them. Atate still able to squeeze his way through and win a free kick.
Rafael Struck with the errant foul. Good use of the super slow-mo from the prostrate Rio Hatate. Long way out for a shot. 4-man wall. Tate goes short. Thing from Ritsu Doan. The best ball in. Walsh. Second touch, literally was a tackle there for Sandy Walsh. And a little tug back. Referee will have a word, I feel, with Yuta Nakayama.
Very smart with how they do that as well. Japan, if they can't win it, just look to try and commit a foul. Not too serious one. Just get themselves back behind the ball.
Wow. Sayori, Arfan, sorry, was saying, I'm not 17 foot tall. Endo. Keep you up to date with the other match going on simultaneously. But already Iraq are through and Vietnam are out. This is the one that can decide if there's extra progression to the knockout stage. And a misunderstanding going forward on the rare time they've had the ball in the opposition third. And Marcelino Ferdinand with a misplaced pass.
Well, that looked promising. You just see Shin tae-yong as well, encouraging his side not to drop off. Wants them to stay high here from this goal kick as Japan try to play it short. Wants them to push up. But a bit of encouragement there. But those are the areas where Indonesia have just got to do a little bit better in terms of their own quality in possession. Simple, straightforward passes. Can't allow themselves to get sloppy with those situations. You're not going to see much of the ball. When they do have it, they need to be very efficient, very effective. The little possession that they'll have. Well, having said that, their first 2 games, they've been pretty good in terms of creating chances with relative to the amount of ball that they've had.
Iraq 0, Vietnam 0 in the other group game as Rizky Ridho decides no risk required. Places football for Persija Jakarta. And for the second time, it's not even close. You can see the The idea is a decent idea, but it's completely overhit twice in a row.
Yeah, it is. I think at times in those situations, perhaps he's been told to look for those diagonals, but I'm not quite sure that the diagonal's actually on there. Could have played a short pass into Jenna in central midfield, who actually had a bit of space to work with. And then just try and hang on to it. You don't always have to rush in these situations to get the ball forward.
As you said, the diagonal's not on, but the short ball's not on either. Neither's the ball into the middle. Foul coming in from the goal scorer, Messi Ueda, an early penalty. Gives you the score top left, Japan 1, Indonesia 0.
We just have in possession Jordi Amat pushing into this midfield role. Flexibility of being able to drop in without the ball, step up into defensive midfield with an extra man so they can build up.
That's better to Sandy Walsh. Eggy Milana, good skills from Eggy. Walsh. Eggy did well not to play the ball, then he would have been in an offside position. Chance for Indonesia to maybe just have a little bit of possession. Hubner to the left, Arham further outside of him, the left wing back. Lovely ball to Marcelino across the face of goal. It's a corner to Indonesia, their best moment by some margin.
Yeah, nice move from their perspective here, thinking perhaps they're starting to just grow into the game in terms of the confidence in possession. So much better keeping it on the ground with the link up, working opening down the left. Ferdinand, I wonder if there was an option available to him on the cutback. Let's see Jenna just making a move towards the top of the penalty area.
First corner of the match, Amat is up there, Walsh is in that ruck of players. Strikers on the line, Hubner's joined the party. And it hits the side netting at the front post. It causes a squeal of excitement, but it's a wasted corner.
I don't know, does he mean this? There's another look at that. He couldn't quite get his body around the ball. Just trying to squeeze it into an area where he didn't really have options. Could actually work his way around the ball. Perhaps the cutback would have been a better option, or go with the left foot there for the cutback. It's pretty adamant that he wanted to play it with his right. Marcelino Ferdinand, who's an incredibly talented player. It's been great to see his development as well as an individual over the last few years or so. It gives them something special from midfield.
One of two teenagers in the starting lineup, 6 players under 23. So even if there is elimination, and that's not what they want, but even if they go out early, just think of the experience these players have gleaned from this competition.
The future definitely looks very bright for Indonesia.
Tate went down under the slightest bit of pressure from Rizky Ridho.
It's well defended, really well defended by Rizky Ridho. Kept pace with Hatate. Tried to get away from him on the turn. Slight arm across with the way Hatate goes down. It's exaggerated, the contact. We expect defenders in those situations to always have your arm across. Attackers will do the same. It's a normal football contact, it's a normal football movement.
Strike hoisted forward. Youngster who's with the Den Haag club in the Netherlands. 10th international start for Rafael Struijk, but he's not seen much of the ball so far. But it is a decent response from Indonesia. They haven't caved in.
Yeah, that's right. It took a bit of time for them to settle. Now you want to see a little bit more of this from Indonesia. using these opportunities to press and put Japan under pressure, not making it so easy for them, not showing them too much respect.
Megi's flick forward. Jakub Sayuri was just trying to get in there. Ritsu, such quick feet, as has Kubo. And look at that, in an instant there's an attack. Hatate feeds Nakamura. Nakamura's got players running inside. Nakayama decides to come out to Hatate. Kubo. Lovely dink over the top, and Nakamura blocked to the edge of the penalty area. Kubo denied by heroic work from Egi Malana. Kubo again. It's pulled back and put onto the post by Nakamura. A sweet move by Japan that deserved a goal is denied by a post and somehow stays out.
Absolutely brilliant. And how often are Japan doing this? Where they have these lofted chipped balls over the top, over that defensive line. So unlucky. Nakamura is going for the control finish, looking to pass it in to goal. But you just saw twice there in quick succession, that example of what I was talking about earlier. You think you're blocking the passing lanes, the channels, with the balls on the turf, but then you forget that these guys have the quality to just play these little chip passes over the top.
Can't afford to do that, Indonesia, giving the ball away far too easily. Nakamura goes down under a bit of pressure, and look at that. Tomiyasu is there, ahead of Rafael Struck.
Great movement from Japan, perfect way to pass as well. Little balls over the top, in behind at the Indonesian back line. Brilliant stuff. It was a move that deserved a goal. After an encouraging spell for Indonesia, and just once again reminding everyone of their class in case you forgot.
Maikuma. That's a bit naughty from our hand. Kubo didn't like that. Mitsudoan. Kubo. Well, if Arhan wasn't going to get him, Jakub Sayuri was.
Well, Arhan this time around, I think, makes sure Kubo feels the full force of that. And Endo's gone up to the referee to say there was a challenge earlier as well on Kubo from Arhan. Here's another look at this. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Through the legs. Coming so close. Getting the second. He's another Nakamura. Such an exciting talent. Doing well for himself in Europe.
Tate is the right foot, he's 17. Hoiks it in. Pushed away, rather uncomfortably by Anandawari. The other end, Suzuki, who's had a very quiet time of it today. Wataru Endo. Tomiyasu. Ritsu's so busy in the heart of midfield, isn't he? Here's Kubo.
Dropping off, rotating, changing positions. Trying to link the play.
Nakamura looks for Ritsudoan. A little bit too high. They had a run, did Japan in the middle of 2023. Germany 4-2. Peru were beaten by 4. Turkey conceded 4. And then it got to the World Cup and they went up to 5s. They just couldn't stop scoring goals. Then Iraq came along.
The form that they were in, Japan. Tempted to say that they were going to win the next World Cup. The way that they've been playing, the way that they've been developing, the quality that they have. players that they can call upon.
Nakamura, then ahead of Risky. Ferdinand gets the header in. Tomiyasu hoists it over the top and says to Nakamura, you go and chase that. Fernando had to have a clear call there to make sure Sandy Walsh and he didn't collide. Akiyama comes forward for Japan, slows it down to Hatate.
Has that variation, the tempo of their game, slow it down, get players into the right positions, don't have to rush, make sure everything's set.
Akiyama, first corner of the match for Japan.
By slowing it down as well, they're also saying to Indonesia, come out and press. We want the spaces to open up so we can play through. Indonesia at the moment keen on opening up. Japan will be quite happy just to take their time.
Ritsu wants it short. Indonesia could be a man short if it is played to Ritsu. Instead they're going to go to the 4 men they've got in the penalty area. Well led by Justin Hubner. Solid header. Coming up to the 40th minute. Japan 1, Indonesia 0. Japan scoring early from the penalty spot from Ayase Ueda.
That's good. That's good from strike, gives away a free kick, but the intent is what I'm applauding. Trying to close down as there was a foul to the back of Tomiyasu.
He's still down, is Tomiyasu.
Just recent weeks coming back from injury, I think, Tomiyasu.
Yes. Hobbles away. Legions of Arsenal fans around the world won't be too thrilled to see that.
Yeah, I'm more concerned about the Japan fans.
They stand admonished, and Ueda, he was admonished going through. Struck. He's being a little bit physical. Rafael Struck, and there's going to be a telling off here at the very least. It could be a card because he's not got his eye on the ball. It is indeed a yellow card, and I think that's fully justified for Rafael Struck.
Yeah, especially his 2 fouls in quick succession. So a very young player, he's not looking at the ball at all. He's just got one thing on his mind, which is to jump into Maikuma. So you can understand why Japan weren't happy with that challenge.
He went in like a man possessed. Yellow card.
Not had much of an opportunity to actually get involved in the game in an attacking sense. Perhaps a bit of frustration as well.
Hatate. Ferdinand. Chasing. Milana on the back of Endo. Just how competently free-flowing is the movement out. Keeper's out to the edge of his penalty area. Hubner. Good pace from the young Wolfsman.
But it's really difficult for Indonesia. They're constantly getting possession confiscated by Japan. Great run on the inside channel as well from Ayase Ueda. Good goalkeeping from Hernando. Quick off his line, nice and positive.
Walsh close in on Kubo. Kubo just finds a lovely angle to play it back. Risky, Rido clears. Indonesia's Garuda fans are trying to lift their team behind the goal in which they are defending. Kubo glides into space. Once again, it's the fullback Maikuma who's getting the decisive knock on the far post. Jordi Amat pleased to clear.
Nice work in around the blind side. Sandy Walsh is struggling playing out there, I think. At the pace of the players he's coming up against, really good run. Was Kubo played it across, made that run. I think he'll be pretty pleased with what he's seen so far, Moriyasu.
Every time we go to an ISO shot of him, he's applauding. He's liking what his team are doing.
Because I think the attitude has been spot on, the approach has been very good. If you're frustrated at the fact that they're slowing it down, it's with intent. It's with the intent of having got that goal and trying to open up Indonesia, trying to say open up, give us those passing channels. If you're not, we're just going to take our time. But again, know that they can quicken the pace of it.
Interesting corner. Nakamura was the man who was trying to get into that space. Ahmad beat to it. Atate. Hubner loses out. Ahmad clears. Struck. This time does well. Machida. And Endo is there. That's a free kick by Wataru Endo. There might have just been a little bit of protecting his players there from Endo.
I think that's exactly what it was. Exactly that. He sees this, an opportunity to come in. To be honest, it's not really too much in that. The chance to just give him a bit of a knock there. Just into the shin.
You kick my boys, I'll protect them.
Yeah.
Old ice hockey enforcer.
And I'll tell you, players on the pitch as well, especially those in leadership roles, they'll come up to you. If someone's been targeting one of their players, they'll go up to their players first of all and say, don't worry about it, I'll get him next. And they'll deliver.
Kubo. Ueda. Looks for Ritsudoan. We're into 4 minutes of time added on at the end of this first half. And credit to Indonesia. They conceded the penalty early. They survived by the skin of the teeth that shot against the post. But Anando Ari hasn't been overworked despite all the possession for the Blue Samurai.
All right, good control of this game, Japan, and again it's broken free in midfield. Lovely pass.
Atate to Tueda. 3 in the penalty area. Well recovered, Ivan Jenner. Came back, made a very important contribution there, Jenner.
It's a shame for Japan, just got stuck under the foot of Ayase Ueda. Good movement, great movement from Hatate it was, and the pass into him was excellent, line breaking, right through that midfield, taken out of the equation.
It was like crown green balls, wasn't it? Perfect. Kubo. Floating inside once again. Onto Wataru Endo. Maikuma. Into blue shirts forward. Just lifts it into Kubo. Oh. Maikuma. Solid tackle. Good defensive work. Ferdinand has done a really good job there. Oh, and then slips. Ritsudoa drives into the penalty area and is blocked off. Solid challenge by Justin Hubner.
No, nothing wrong there with Hubner. There's no way he can really go. He's just been run into. Good bit of skill from Doan through the legs. But Marcelino Ferdinand was really unlucky. Just loses his footing, but I don't mind that at all, because you need someone at times when you're under that sort of pressure to just hang on to it, keep possession, and then try and find a way forward. He's just a little bit unfortunate that he slipped.
Kubo floats inside again. Nakayama. Indonesia flying the tackles in. That one will be a free kick. Yakub Sayuri. Kubo Kubo, though, he's gone inside every time, and from high up here, you can almost see what he's going to do, but he does it so thrillingly.
He's just really intelligent, and it's really smart the way Japan is rotating their positions as well. Kubo will drift out wide, try and find that space, get away from a marker, he played into him, and then make a run into those central areas. Also got Ritsu Doan, and they can switch positions.
Shooting distance, Anando Ari. He's only got a two-man wall. Kubo, little dink over the top, and that's too far ahead of Endo. That could be the last action of this first half.
Another time around, the weight on that pass over the top, not quite right. Probably a little bit too far to have a direct attempt at goal.
Half-time whistle goes. Referee Kamisal Mari says enough is enough. Indonesia relieved, happy perhaps to be only 1-0 down. Japan with the early penalty from Ayashi Ueda. He won the penalty after being hauled back by Jody Amat at half-time. It is Japan leading Indonesia by 1-0.
Yeah, I think Japan will be really happy with the way it's gone so far. They would have liked to at least have another goal, I'm sure. Came close with that, but they've been in really good control of this one. Suzuki has not had anything to really do in that first 45. As for Indonesia, I think you want to see a bit more from them in attack in this second half.
1-0 it is at half time to Japan.
لا شك نتيجة كبيرة حينما يخرج إلى جانب المنتخب الفيتنامي بانتصار. كرة فيها صافرة مخالفة، ركلة حرة مباشرة للمنتخب العراقي بوسط ملعبه وبطاقة صفراء. البطاقة الحمراء تظهر الآن لفان كانغ اللي حصل على بطاقة.
شكرا للزميل عمرو الخديري. إذا اليابان متقدمة أمام منتخب إندونيسيا، ومن جهة أخرى العراق متأخرة بشكل غريب حقيقة. كنا نتوقع أن العراق تسجل أهداف الأفضلية، هدف دون مقابل، لكن المنتخب الفيتنامي استطاع تسجيل هدف حتى الآن في شوط أول أمام منتخب العراق. نتائج مهمة على صعيد هذه المجموعة، وحتى الآن اليابان متقدمة وإندونيسيا كانت تحاول، لكن المنتخب الياباني كان من المفترض أن يظهر بشكل مغاير عما ظهر عليه في الشوط الأول، ويحاول بقدر المستطاع إضافة أهداف بناء على سمعة منتخب اليابان على صعيد الآسيوي. مشاهدينا الأعزاء، هدف دون مقابل من نصيب المنتخب الياباني في شباك إندونيسيا.
ايوه يا خالتي، الحمد لله وصلنا قطر وجايك على طول.
خالتي ايش رايك بدال الغداء نخليها العشاء؟ انشغلنا كثير. خالتي الاولاد مره تعبانين ومره كانوا مبسوطين ونتهنا كثير، بكره اشوف. معليش يا خالتي اعذريني كتفي مشغول. مشتاق لك يا خالتي.
خالتي فين؟
حي الله من جانا.
شفت يا خالتي مواعيدي اون تايم.
هذا هو استاد الثمامة، حيث هدف دون مقابل لمنتخب اليابان أمام إندونيسيا، والعراق متأخرة أمام فيتنام بهدف دون مقابل. العراق في الصدارة مع اليابان ب6 نقاط، وإندونيسيا ب3 نقاط مع منتخب فيتنام. مشاهدينا الأعزاء، في لقاء العراق حيث هدف دون مقابل، لكن هناك طرد أيضا لكوت فان كانغ لاعب منتخب إندونيسيا في الدقيقة
فيتنام
أو عفوا منتخب فيتنام، يلعب منقوص العدد ب10 لاعبين أمام منتخب العراق. ستكون هناك فرصة للمنتخب العراقي 45 دقيقة أخرى لمواجهة فيتنام من جديد. دعونا نذكر مشاهدينا الأعزاء بأبرز ما حدث في الشوط الأول من لقاء اليابان وإندونيسيا. هدف دون مقابل كابتن ناصر.
طبعا خطأ يعني فادح من المدافع الاندونيسي. يعني انا اعتقد ان حتى الفار يعني لم يعد الفار لا ما يحتاج فيها، يعني كان ممكن بالامكان تجاوز اللاعب الياباني، ولكن فرصه انه يضيع الهجمه اكثر.
رغم ان الحكم راح يتاكد من الفار،
هو اجباري، هو في القانون، بس انا اقصد انها واضحه وصريحه. لكن كان ممكن انه يعني يترك اللاعب، يخليه فرصه انه يضيع الهجمه اكثر من انك تعطيه بلنتي بهذا الوضوح وبهذا التصرف. يعني خصوصا في بدايه المباراه صعب المباراه على المنتخب الاندونيسي، رغم ان المنتخب الاندونيسي قاعد يلعب بالشكل المحبب والمحبذ للمنتخب الياباني. اصر على البناء من الخلف، وهي ما كان يعني سهل الموضوع والمأمورية على المنتخب الياباني. المنتخب الياباني زي ما قلنا انه يبحث عن الضغط العالي دائما، وهذا اللي شفناه. يكاد المنتخب الاندونيسي لم يتجاوز منتصف الملعب الا يمكن في هجمه او هجمتين. رغم ذلك المنتخب الياباني لم يظهر بالشكل المعروف كذلك على المنتخب الياباني، وهذه امور لا تبشر بالخير بالنسبه لليابانيين، وبالعكس هي مفرحه لكل المنافسين الاخرين في البطوله.
في المباراه الاخرى تقدم لفيتنام مع طرد للاعب، يعني اشياء غريبه حدثت في ذاك اللقاء كابتن ابراهيم.
وايضا في هدف بنيران صديقه في مرمى العراق، ولكن لم يحتسب بداعي الاوفسايد، رغم ان دقتها يعني محتاجه لكثير من المتابعه على اساس تحدد اذا كانت هدف او اوفسايد.
هذا الطرد
مباراه فيها عنف، وهذا حاله الطرد، هذه حاله الطرد نعم. وهدف بالنسبه للعراق كان متفوق نسبيا، متفوق في هذا الشوط الاول.
نعم، هذا ما حدث في الشوطين مشاهدينا الاعزاء بين منتخبي العراق وفيتنام واليابان واندونيسيا. هل كنت تتوقع ان يظهر منتخب اليابان بهذه الطريقه بهذا الشكل الباهت، يسجل هدف فقط وحيد دون مقابل برغم من الفرص المتاحه لمنتخب اليابان؟
لذيذ منتخب اليابان لا زال يبحث عن نفسه حقيقة، رغم تقدمه في الشوط الأول، إلا أنه لم يعطينا الانطباع بأن هذا هو الفريق اللي مرشح الأول تقريبا لنيل هذا اللقب، رغم يعني الطريقة التي لعب فيها المنتخب الإندونيسي ساعدت المنتخب الياباني في التواجد في ملعبه بشكل مستمر، إلا أنها لم تستغل هذه الطريقة
بأقل مجهود دون انسجام في انتظار الشوط الثاني من هذا اللقاء، بينما فيتنام هناك تقدمت على العراق في نتيجة غريبة نوعا ما على مستوى هذه المجموعة.
المنتخبات حتى اللي كانت الاستراليا كذلك. المنتخب الإيراني لم يكن حتى بذلك المستوى التأهل بالنسبة له مجرد وقت زي ما احنا نشوف الحين. المنتخب الإندونيسي
Bomb has been planted. Mission failed. All right, let's move out.
Fire in the hole.
رغم الفرصة اللي كانت في يدين، لم يسلم المباراة المنتخب الياباني من بداية المباراة. أخطاء لم تكن يعني مسموحة في هذا الوقت ولا
Mission fail. All right, let's move out.
Fire in the hole.
Fire in the hole.
Fire in the hole.
أكثر أمامنا الإسلام بعد خروج الزميل عامر الخديوي على قائد اليابان وإندونيسيا.
شكرا للزميل.
Yalah tuh kalem. Aing mau Indonesia lah sababak di penasaran euy. Aing mau Indonesia lah sababak di penasaran euy.
There's always such good weight on the pass. This is Nakamura, a chance to run at Walsh. Nakayama outside of him, and it's hit his own player and gone out spectacularly off its Arte for a goal kick.
Tae on that occasion, just becoming the extra man in defence for Indonesia. Painful one as well. Fired into his head. I think he's had a good game, Tate, in central midfield. He's been very dynamic, shown really good mobility.
Let's run you quickly through the teams. Japan, Suzuki in goal, Maikuma, Mashida, Tomiyasu and Nakayama at the back. Endo and Hatate in the heart of midfield. Ritsudo and Nakamura providing the width for Kubo and Ueda as the main front two. And that's a poor kick out by Anando Ari, who's in goal for Indonesia. A back three of Rizky Ridho, Jody Amat and Justin Hubner. Sandy Walsh wide right, Jakub Sayuri wide left. Arham and Jenna in the heart of midfield. Ferdinand also dropping into midfield. Struck and Egi Malana, the two front men. When they can get the ball forward, which hasn't been often. Nakamura. Naughty little, which hasn't been often. After kick there by Sandy Walsh.
Yeah, I think that's also something that Shin tae-yong has probably encouraged a little bit at half-time. Stop showing them so much respect. I think that's also something that get in there, make some contact, let them know they're in a match.
Saw Kyrgyz Republic try a similar tactic and ended with 9 players the other day.
Obviously, you've got to do it in a smart way. But look at what could potentially come about of it. Again, it was Indonesia stepping in hard with the challenges in midfield, winning it cleanly. And then take it off them, opportunity to attack.
Jody Amat just rescuing there as Ueda tried to break forward after good interception by Keito Nakamura.
Yes, that was risky from Risky. Apologies. Yes, that was risky from Risky.
There's a yellow card, I think, coming for Shin tae-yong. I'm not sure which of the officials on the sideline speaks Korean. Although Shin has a smattering of English. I'm not sure about his Arabic.
Yeah, I think it's the body language. Perhaps you don't really need to know what he's saying exactly.
This is his 47th game in charge, 22 wins in that 47. This is his 47th game in charge, 22 wins. Hubner, who's mopped up nicely. Fernando, who's mopped up nicely. Thumbs up from Sandy Walsh. Thumbs up from Sandy Walsh. Moriyasu, such a cool, calm customer. Been in charge since 2018, a veritable age in terms of international football management. Risky miss kicks. Good noise from the Garuda fans away to our right, trying to raise their team. Good noise from the Garuda fans away to our right, trying to raise their team. Iraq have equalised against Vietnam. Iraq already qualified as group winners, 6 points for them. And they've got the head-to-head victory over Japan. Vietnam, no matter the result today, will finish bottom of the table. Right then, a chance for Ritsu to run. He's got supporters left with Kubo. This is Nakamura. Nakamura free on the far side players. Ritsu and a tap-in! Second goal, Ueda. Beautifully made, beautifully created. Wonderful execution. 2-0 Japan.
Well, that's come about because Indonesia have changed their approach with their pressing. They were aggressive with their pressing, but it broke. They were able to find that space in midfield to then play the pass forward, and that's what you have to expect. It's a good ball across the 6-yard box. A little bit static there, I think. Hubner, he's just watching. Perhaps he expects Hernando to come for it. He doesn't expect it to go all the way through. But I was just saying that if you change your approach, if you go and press against Japan like that, you need to make sure that your pressing is spot on, that you're winning these balls and that you can't lose them. Because the moment it breaks down, Japan have got the quality to hurt you like that. Space in midfield to exploit and the quality to really punish you.
Takes an international tally up into double digits now. 10 international goals for the final striker. And Indonesia's response, I think, will be to dig into the substitutes bench. Milana on the receiving end there from Yuta Nakayama. And Witan is on the bench. Bayangkara player. His team are struggling domestically, and he's going to come on for Jakob Sayori. Witan, another of those players who's had experience abroad as a young player and has developed his game. Good attacking option down the right-hand side, Witan.
Very creative player, Witan Sulaiman.
Suzuki comes a long way. That's a confidence booster for the young man.
He really hasn't had much to do. So protection against the opposition attacks has been so much better. Beautiful bit of distribution. Great take.
Ritsu Doan. Oh, that would have been a postcard, a picture postcard goal.
Wow. That, again, is another move that deserved the goal. Beautiful from Suzuki. Great goalkeeping, nice and positive. To come out and claim, and then that distribution. So the touch back into Doan. That's just class.
Risky Rido's long ball, looks for strike. Well played by Mashida. Little flick forward. First to the ball are Japan. They're on the front foot the whole time. Japan has dropped over onto the left-hand side of ostensibly what is a front three. Space for Kubo. Ritsu's made a great run. Kubo couldn't pick him out. Well played there by Miguel Jenner. Ball instantaneously won back by Japan. Gorgeous. Little futsal triangles. Kubo dispossessed by an old-fashioned centre-half tackle. Who tries a nutmeg, Jordi Amat? Well, it's a moral victory in a losing cause.
There's another look at that move, brilliant. Hatate with the back heel. Wow. I mean, it's, again, it just looks so simple, so straightforward. You can see what he was trying to do, just didn't get the bend, couldn't wrap his foot around it enough. He got it towards that far post, but the move was just back to front so quickly. Great pass from Suzuki, great first touch from Doan. Everything was beautiful up until the finish.
Ueda, who's on a hat-trick, of course. Ueda took an inadvertent knock there on the side of the shoulder from Jordi Amat. Amat says, I'm playing on, I didn't touch him. Long ball over the top, Rafael will chase into the corner. It's forlorn. Referee is coming to have a word with Ayesi.
Look at that. That's a joke from Ayase Ueda. Look at that. It's the way he's gone down there. I mean,
Ritsu hoisted high. Ferdinand. Nakayama. Tate's had a really good game, lovely ball over the top. Ueda on a hat-trick, good goalkeeping from Fernando. And he finds Ritsu. Aikuma, he's raided wonderfully down the right-hand side.
Tate has had a very good game. Said that earlier. He's so much energy, such a willing runner.
Arhan spent some time playing in the Japanese league with Tokyo. Ueda tries to get through Hubner, who's given 100%. He's given absolutely everything. Justin Hubner.
Tokyo Verdi now. Don't make the FC Tokyo fans angry. Make that distinction when it comes to Arhan. Hubner coming across, getting that away.
Third corner for Japan.
Understand Arhan is moving to Korea Republic. Play with Suwon.
Yes.
FC.
Lovely ball in. Just gently knocked back in by Nakamura. A little caress of the right foot. And then a little back flick by Kubo. A shimmy inside. And a corner. Three wonderful pieces of individual skill from Japan.
Enjoying themselves out there, I think. Much, much better from Japan.
Blue shirts. Endo is in there. Machida plays his football in Belgium. Machida was who got the header. Always leaning backwards.
But this pressing from Japan as well, winning it very quickly. Another turnover.
Ritsu. Aikuma. Nakamura. Again, lovely back flick. Tate helps it over. Keeper gets a touch and is helped out. Over on the far side by Arhan. I know our match director is trying to get a replay of the second goal in again just to show us it, but Japan just keep coming forward in waves. There's very little opportunity for him to play another long ball. Looks for Ritsu Doan. Ritsu's first touch and a chip just wide.
Yeah, tell you what, they're not going to be short of clips for the highlight reel. Beautiful run, and again, perfect weight on the pass into Ritsu Doan. Showing his awareness, his game intelligence, knew exactly where the goalkeeper Hernando was positioned. There's another look at it. Great work. Chance after chance after chance for Japan.
Fernando flaps that one away. This time he won't have to worry. Japan 2, Indonesia 0, but highlight reel stuff galore. And then they've got the likes. Have we had Hazoya on there? Deza Maeda, Sano can come on. This could be a long 30 minutes for Indonesia and their supporters. Shuik, it's done well. Egi Milana. Right there, Witter. Who's up in support? Walsh is at the back post. Egi Milana, can he get a cross in? He's pulled it back to Ferdinand. Shot over the cross, but much better from Indonesia.
Nice bit of skill from Egi. So good composure there, sitting down. Japanese defender picking out the right option, I think, with the cutback into Marcelino. Gonna go for the shot first time, just leaning back as he hit that. Gonna get good control on the effort. Head up straight away. You try and get over the ball in those situations if you can, just to keep it down.
Oh, Ueda, delicious. Endo helps it on. Kubo, 3 up in support. Kubo comes wide to Nakamura. Nakamura, the overlap once again. Nakayama pulls it back. Ritsudoan off the line. Hubner does well. And Hubner clears again. Then a foul coming through the back by Tomiyasu. By Machida.
Yeah, so have a look at this overlapping run from Nakayama. Great energy, wonderful work rate. On Nakamura, just holding it up, being patient before releasing Nakayama. Decent cross towards the back post as well. Good last-ditch defending from Hubner.
Late from Egi Mulana. Referee has said play on. Nakayama's down hurt. He's up now on his feet, just off screen to your right. Ritsudoan. In terms of effort, Indonesia could not be giving more. But they're just being turned backwards, sideways. As Rizquierdo belts one into the main stand. Solid tackle coming in by Jenner. He hurt himself there. Jenner.
Looks to be okay now, Jenner. It's good to see. He's back up on his feet as we have a look at strike. No real impact. It's been difficult for him, I think, in this competition to make much of an impact up front. Still very young.
Kim Tae-yong. No matter what, Indonesia, with this new crop of European-based players, maybe there's a group of players who could be serving Indonesia in the foreseeable future at a good level. Tate is brought down by Mulana. Ritsu is brought down by Hubner. Referee eventually says, OK, enough is enough. Had a word with Wataru Endo just off to say, listen, I'm in control of things, I'm not giving yellow cards out.
And captain just going over again, just to remind the referee, hey look, we need to try and protect our players. That's what he'll be saying to the referee. There's been a few of those from Indonesia, especially in this second half.
Amat. Helped by Anandawari. Mulana gets the free kick. Nakayama plies his trade in Huddersfield. There are glamorous places in the world. The work Japan do off the ball, people don't really see it, but they're closing down all over the pitch, really compact.
That's been the important thing. I mentioned that word, that counter-pressing. The moment they lose it, they're straight on, switched on to try and win it back again, and that helps to stop those transitions of Indonesia.
Hubner closed down by Ritsudoan. That's well played out by Arham. There's a flailing arm there. Witan. Goes down. It's going to be a yellow card. The arm is just flailing a little bit by Wataru Endo.
Well, he's probably looking for the referee to produce a yellow card to one of Indonesia's players. He's found himself in the book now instead. There's that arm there you go. Let's swing across. Correct call by the referee. Might wag his finger, but you can see quite clearly on the replay.
First yellow of the tournament for Wataru Endo. Midway through this second half. And changes coming the way of Japan. We are going to see Takumi Minamino and Deza Maeda coming on. Hatate, who's had a really good game, will be replaced by Minamino. And the Celtic striker, Deza Maeda. He'll come on the left-hand side to replace Nakamura.
Daizen Maeda, lots of speed, incredibly hardworking, gives you absolutely everything, Daizen Maeda.
Long throw opportunity for Pratama Arhan. He's come over from the left-hand side to launch this one in. 6 red shirts in and around Zeon Suzuki. A couple of players on the edge of the penalty area for the second ball. Arhan, it's very flat. Well, a little bit chaotic. And then Mason. Kubo, it's a 3-on-1 break. Kubo has got Maeda on the far side. Kubo, good goalkeeping. Mason. Kubo, it's a 3-on-1 break. Kubo has got Maeda on the far side. Kubo, good goalkeeping. Mason.
Well done by Hernando. He's been very positive in his goalkeeping. He's been good at stepping out from his area and also reacting in these situations, stopping danger. He doesn't have to save a shot because he's reading it. He knows where the ball's going to be played into. Nicely positioned there as well. Makes it very difficult for Kubo to actually get it into that angle and try and find Daizen Maeda because he kills off that angle into him. Good reading of the game from Hernando. Egi Malana's gone down here. Just, look at this challenge. Oh, that's a painful one. Minamino is so careless there. Oh. Painful one.
Just on the field and just picks on a yellow card. As his trade with Monaco in the French league now, Minamino.
Well, it's good to see him going to get his move away from Liverpool to Monaco and play some football there, play himself into form. It was a period where he was really sort of struggling with his form, especially for Japan on the international stage. Good to see him getting some regular game time, and he was important for them in that game against Vietnam as well. This is a bad one for Egi.
Egi Molina is being forced off with that one. Big imposing figure, Velkan Bagot, Ipswich Town centre-back. 2 Ipswich centre-backs being represented at this Asian Cup. Cameron Burgess over at Australia. Here's the goal.
Yeah, great movement. Again, that overlapping run. This time around it was
Ritsu Doan.
Sorry, Ritsu Doan. Just getting my Kubos and my Doans mixed up for a second. Ritsu Doan with the overlapping run there, picking up the pass from Nakamura. That's a good ball right across the face of goal. A simple finish in the end.
It's a futsal goal, isn't it?
Yeah. It's just been so mobile. The way they've been moving about in those midfield areas, in those attacking areas, switching up positions.
Well, this is really tough for Egi Molina, 23-year-old.
Yeah, it's actually quite a lot of force in this from Minamino. He's very late. He's right on the top of the foot, on that metatarsal bone.
Hope it's not as bad as it looks for Egi. Alkenbager comes on. I'm sure that will mean a change in position. I can't see. Well, no, Elkin has gone in as centre forward as this long ball comes up. Interesting. I'm wondering if that's going to be permanent. He's certainly lining up as a big number 9 wearing 3. You never know, maybe toss the ball into the penalty area.
Yeah, I think why not? Just go for it now. Just get the big man up top, see what he can do. Go and challenge for those aerial passes. Look for those flick-ons.
Marcelino. What have we got? Just 17 minutes plus time to add on. Had quite a lengthy stoppage for the injury to Egi Molana just a few minutes ago. There is Alkenbager. Alken's done well. Witan. Marcelino. Baggett makes life difficult. Witan in once again. Well, they're going to give this one a go, I think, Indonesia. If they are going to go out, they're going to go out battling.
Yeah, they certainly are, playing with some really good fighting spirit, going into those challenges. I think at the very least, tae-yong will be pretty happy with the aggression in the second half. Been a lot quicker with the closing down, quicker going into these challenges and with the pressing.
One of the most impressive sights in football, supporter. Here's a full house at the Senayan when Indonesia fans are in full flow. There's a mini version of it here at the Altamama Stadium. And Hubner's trying to do something, but he's given the ball away. And Ritsudoan is the man you don't want to give it to. Ueda, who's on the hat-trick, and good goalkeeping from Hernando.
Yeah, again, he's prepared to sweep up Hernando.
He just announced another very healthy attendance, 26,000. Ahmed's got to be careful. He left a foot in there, did the JDT centre-back.
Yeah,
very late. A yellow card.
Very late for Ahmad. The referee is actually pointing him out.
Oh, Witan's done brilliantly. And Witan chasing towards goal. Oh, there's a claim for a handball there by Witan. Assistant has said no. Referee has said no. I'm sure VAR will have a look. Japan, in the meantime, have got possession. 25,000 of the 26,000 are booing.
Yeah, look at this from Indonesia. It's really good to see. Looking to have a strong finish. There's another look at that. Witan, he's injected energy and quality. That's outside the box. Outside the box anyway.
And he slipped. But we saw yesterday, was it the Australia game, where you touch the ball like that, it is outside the box, it's not a penalty.
Nothing to look at.
Oh, he didn't get a yellow card for the penalty earlier on, Jordi Amat? I thought he did. Oh, okay.
Oh, it's a bad challenge from Amat. The kick out there. And I say, Ueda, good refereeing, allowed the game to continue. He was pointing him out as the game was being played. Oh, that's another.
That's a foul. That's a yellow card. That's Hubner.
It's a bad challenge, really bad challenge from Hubner. Very late. Is the flag gone off for offside as well? Another.
That's a foul. That's a yellow card. That's Hubner.
It's a bad challenge, really bad challenge from Hubner, very late. Is the flag gone off for offside as well?
In which case then the yellow card will not count, I don't think, or does it still count? Yeah, he's yellow carding him.
Oh, that was a close one. I think he's actually might be on. Well, we've got the benefit of a replay. Very high, that challenge. It's not a good one at all. Serves the booking.
So free kick. And Jordi Amat, a little bit of yellow card confusion. I was sure a yellow was flashed at Jordi Amat after the penalty. But clearly, I was wrong. Like one of the European-based players, there's continual debate in India and Southeast Asia of the use of players who are what they call heritage players. Got one parent is born in the country but have been brought up far away. It does cause enormous debate, and particularly in Southeast Asia, Rosh.
Yeah, it certainly does. I mean, it's the way of world football, it's the way the game has been going. Certain nations looking to try and strengthen at the senior international level. And you can. Of course you can, but I think it's so important to make sure that while you're doing that, not to forget the development pathways and to make sure that that structure of talent, of players that you have homegrown coming through your ranks is strong as well. Because you want to give them an opportunity, you want to produce players, you can't just forget that development pipeline.
Lazamaida. Lovely cross. Doan coming in at the back post. Fired just wide by the always dangerous Maikuma. Look at the defending from Arhan on the far post to deny Ritzan Doan, though.
Yeah, well, he's just peeling away Daizen Maeda just to get himself that little bit of space away from Sandy Walsh. And he wants that space so he can push the ball, accelerate, and send a cross in. Good bit of defending on the far side from Arhan. Just to flick it away. Not a bad effort in the end.
Lovely clean hit, wasn't it? Beautifully caught. Approaching the final 10 minutes. Another change is in the offing for Japan. Tsuyoshi Watanabe is preparing to come on, but not before this throw-in. Looking for Baggott. Suzuki comes for the ball and is impeded by Elkan Baggott. Or was he, Rhys Roshan-Wright?
Yeah, I think he was. Have a look at these changes coming up.
Kubo, he comes off. It's a really good performance from Kubo. And also Tomiyasu. Coming on, we'll have Sano and Watanabe. Kaisho Sano, the Kashima Antlers winger, for his 4th cap. Kubo looked close to his impish best. And Tsuyoshi Watanabe, who plays his football in Belgium with Ghent, he comes on for his 4th international appearance, sorry, 3rd international appearance.
Just get a bit more protection in central midfield with Sano coming on just to sit alongside Endo. I think for Moriyasu now is just about trying to just see this out, manage the game. Indonesia looking like they're finishing strong here, which is great to see from their point of view. Japan Japan just wanting to make absolutely sure that they have solidity in central midfield.
Indonesia is close to the Japan players as Rish Roshanai and Des Korkil are in the commentary box clashing with each other.
That's all right.
Minutes to go. Indonesia can be proud, as in the first half, that they've kept the score down and they're still going and they're still ostensibly in the game. Japan have played well, haven't got the goals perhaps that they deserve. There's a Maeda, lovely ball, just drops like a little 9-iron. Nakayama's had a very good game at left back. Endo. Iraq lead Vietnam by 2-1. Iraq looking to go through with a perfect performance. Ritsu. One back. Marcelino. He's done well. Looks for Witan. ...1981 was the last time Indonesia beat Japan in a football match. To be fair, they have only played 3 times since then, not once this century. A rare meeting of these two nations. It's gone according to the FIFA rankings. Indonesia, 144 in the world. Have been brave, have given it their all. Minamino closes down on Fernando Ari. Rido. Endo. A little bit loose, but Ritsudo finds Minamino. Looks for Ueda. He's got Maeda either side of him and goes for the shot from 30 yards. Sandy Walsh and Maeda being told off just to make sure that there's no afters. So his goalkeeper off his line, trying to take advantage, and another change. Really good performance by Ritsudoan, arguably out of the match performance. His replacement is going to be Junya Ito. So his goalkeeper off his line, trying to take advantage, and another change. Really good performance by Ritsudoan, arguably out of the match performance. His replacement is going to be Junya Ito. The Reims winger started the 2 previous games. Japan have got such strength in depth. None of these substitutions in any way, shape or form have weakened the starting 11. So Ito on for Doan. Sandy Walsh. Marcelino plays it back to Rido. Oh, that's not a great ball. Fernando apologises to Rido. It's unnecessary pressure. Brave performance by Indonesia. Jenna in the middle of the park with Ferdinand, Marcelino Ferdinand. They've worked terrifically hard, but Japan just so good in possession, so good at winning the ball back. As it stands, Iraq will be top of the group with 9 points, Japan second with 6, Indonesia third with 3. But there's a chance if they can get it into Ueda. Ueda's on a hat-trick. Ueda! And it's in. Off the underside of the bar. Risky Riddle. Might have come off him. Might go down as an own goal. Ueda will try to claim the hat-trick. It's a fast break. Ito is onside. First time ball, Ueda gets the first shot in, it's come off Hubner. That will go down as an own goal, which is hard for Justin Hubner. Off the underside of the bar. Ueda will try to claim a hat-trick, but Hubner, I think, will be credited with the OG. It's no less than Japan deserve. They make a change. Struk is off. And Dimas Drajad comes on. They're checking the goal. I think the only thing they can be checking the goal for is the original ball into Junya Ito over on the far side, but he looked to be onside. Indeed, the check is over, and Japan have the 3-goal lead. Now for Hajime Moriyasu, this has been perfect. He's been able to rest his potential starters. He's been able to have a look at all of his squad. Just about everybody's been given a game. Here is Watanabe. They've scored 3 goals. Also on is Ricky Camboya. Jenna. Looks absolutely shattered. Jenna. Jenna still working hard. Indonesia still working hard. There's Hubner. Arhan. Is there a consolation as we go into the first of 6 minutes of time added on? Elkan Bagat will try to make a nuisance of himself. A whole scrum of players as Arhan's ball comes in. And it comes to the back post and it's smuggled in by Sandy Walsh. First international goal for the Mechelen defender. And Indonesia do indeed have their consolation. The long ball eventually causes real problems, and Walsh, available at the far post, smuggles it via the gloves of Suzuki. Nice calm finish from Sandy Walsh. Japan deserve the 3 goals, Indonesia deserve the consolation. Here's the decision for the Japan onside goal. Junya Ito just held onside by Jody Amat. And then it was Ueda, and unlucky for Hubner that it comes off him as he tries to block and then off the underside of the bar. Well played, Indonesia. They deserve that. Doesn't affect the standings. You never know, though, that goal might come into play as other results come into play tomorrow. Indonesia will end the group on 3 points, but at the moment with a -3 goal difference. They'll be third in the group. They will be above China, but it will be China and Indonesia who miss out. Only from the 6 groups, the top 2 teams go through. In this group, that is Iraq and Japan. And the 4 best third-place teams will make up the rest of the round of 16. Vietnam, I'm told, have just equalised. So 2-2, Vietnam versus Iraq. So Iraq will not be perfect. Vietnam will not be pointless. Quang Hai for Vietnam. Well played by Ivar Jenner. Marcelino hauled down by Nakayama. Indonesia chasing a second here. Jody Amat not pleased that there's no card for that foul. But a second goal could make a difference. Baggett coming in at the far post, and a clear push there on the impressive Seiya Maikuma. Wasn't a sophisticated approach, but it's an approach that helped Indonesia get their consolation through Sandy Walsh in injury time. Jenner, tugged back. Baggett again. Gets a flick to it. He wants a corner. He's not going to get one. You can see there, he towers over Kamis Almari. That's why they're aiming for him. Shin tae-yong can look at his team with a real amount of pride. Moriyasu, job done for them in getting to the round of 16. Now the tournament really starts. Maeda closes. Nervy moment for Anandawari. just the pace of the game that Japan play. You don't witness that in the domestic league in Indonesia, where the likes of Anando and Rizky play. Japan have won this one by 3 goals to 1. A brace of goals by Ayase Ueda. First a penalty, second a lovely conversion after a sweet move early in the second half. He forced an own goal for the unfortunate Justin Hubner to make it 3-0 in the 89th minute. Sandy Walsh got one. A consolation for Indonesia that might still have some significance, but it's finished here at the Altamama Stadium as Japan 3, Indonesia 1. Many changes for Japan. They did what they had to do. They got the boost of the early goal. They dominated. They played some scintillating football. They really enjoyed the game. For Suzuki, he had a relatively quiet game, but still picked the ball up off the back of his net. Jordi Amat has a word with the referee, conceding a very early penalty. The Indonesia captain still not thrilled about that decision. But Indonesia, it's growth for them. It's all about incremental improvements for Shin tae-yong and his team, as the two coaches have a good word with each other. A good competitive game, good competitive spirit. Japan were always expected to go through. They are the giants of Asian football, and they have taken their place in the round of 16. Indonesia have to wait to see if their efforts and that win against Vietnam is going to be enough for them. Pride in defeat for Indonesia. Well played by Japan. They will come second in the group, but now the real business starts for them as they try to take the Asian Cup for the 5th time. It's finished here at the Altamama Stadium of Japan 3, Indonesia 1.